Thanks for joining me. I want to share with you today about authenticity. I always thought I was very authentic, and I still believe I am, but then I struggled a little bit with that word because someone can actually be being quite authentic but still very nasty. They could be quite a narcissistic person by personality. So they're being very true to themselves, which is what authentic means, but it's actually not very nice. And so I've even heard it said that we actually should all be unauthentic because a little bit more would come out of us rather than just the parts of us that were true to us. We actually would break out of ourselves a little bit more. So today I want to raise the bar on being authentic. And I actually want to be known as being sincere. Known for sincerity. And sincerity, B stands for boundary. Putting up good boundaries in our lives. Let me explain it to you like this. I wouldn't explain to anybody about the intimacy that my husband and I have. You know, anything to do with that part of our lives. And that's not because I'm not being real, it's because I'm putting a boundary around my life to protect my marriage. And that's just the way that I've chose to do that. It's not that I'm being authentic or non-authentic in that area or non-sincere in that area. It's just something that I've actually done in that area to protect my husband and I. Now, just say your friend asks you how you're going and you've had a really crappy day and you say, "Oh, I'm amazing." Well, that's actually being really unauthentic, being really unsincere, because you're not amazing. That's a really, really good time to actually open up. That's when you're putting up a barrier, actually putting a barrier up and saying, "Don't come in." You know, so there's a difference between a boundary and a barrier. And we want to put up boundaries in our lives, but we don't want to build barriers to stop people from coming in. A is for agenda. Have a little look at your agenda. Have a little look at your motive of why you're doing things. You know, we're to love people equally. You know, don't love them because they can do something for us. Don't love them because they can get us somewhere. Actually love people equally. And when we know that we're loving people without an agenda, the pretense comes down, the games come down. You know, learn to be trustworthy, learn to be truthful. So when you say someone looks amazing, you know, that's really great if you really feel they do. But, you know, don't go by adding, you know, "I'm going to call you next week because you're my best friend." If you don't really mean those things, don't say them. People want us to see us as sincere. They want to see us as trustworthy. And R is for being realistic. Be realistic about who you are. Be realistic about the parts of your life that need to change. Be realistic about, you know, the parts that you have to own. So say to yourself, "Look, I know this is not an area of my life that's really great. That's okay." You know, as people begin to see us as sincere, they begin to see us as not perfect. There's parts of our life that are not right, and there's parts of our life that are actually doing okay. You know, own your own bad. And by this I mean that people don't want to see this perfect person. They just want to see somebody that they say, "I can relate to that because I can see that they've got areas of their life that are great, areas of their life that they're working on, and areas of their life that actually might not be so great." So today, just as we look over this, just looking at this word authentic, and I'm preferring to be known as sincere, and just saying, you know, keep a strong boundary. Keep a strong boundary, you know, around areas of your life, and don't be worried that that looks like a pretense. You've chosen a boundary there, but realize what is a boundary and what is a barrier. What is trying to keep people out? You know, for why am I trying to keep them out? A is for looking at our agenda. Looking at our agenda, being aware of actually what do I do things for and why am I doing this with people and why are they my friends? And R is for just being realistic about where you're at right now and realizing that everything can change, but only when we're very aware of what needs to change. So thanks for joining me today. Until next time, bless you.